Hello, Krzysztof.
Hello.
Can you tell us, before we start, a few words about yourself and what you do in your organization?
Well, I'm working in organization Foundation for Freedom, Fundacja Dla Wolności, and generally we are working with migrants and refugees, and we are working on integration and serving with education to refugee children. We have sports projects, and we also dedicate part of our activities towards women and LGBTIQ people. So I've been doing this for 15 years. That's what I do.
Okay, and how solidarity is present in your everyday work activities?
Well, I think solidarity is one of the main aspects of our work, and it has started at the very beginning with our campaign T-shirt for Freedom some 15 or 16 years ago, and this was meant to be a gesture of solidarity towards people, groups, minority groups, and people who felt somehow separated from society. And since then, I think all we've been doing has some aspect of solidarity, because whenever you work for minorities, whatever that group is, you think about inclusion, you think about a broader aspect of your society where all individuals have to be included. And this is, I think, what solidarity is about.
Mm-hmm. And what do you mean by how you understand solidarity? What does it mean for you?
Well, basically, solidarity is thinking about other people and about life of our people and how they feel, if they have problems and if they don't have problems. This is very basic meaning, but it's still valid. And I think it's so simple, but it is what it is about. It's about other people. And for instance, in my sports project, where I invite a lot of people who are somehow disconnected to the wider society because of their race, because of their religion, because of their opinions, or any aspect, any trait of their lives. And thinking about solidarity is giving something from your side towards these people. It's also, sometimes it means to resign from something that is yours, and give it back to people who need it. And I think basically what NGOs and other people like me are doing is showing solidarity to people who need somehow support from people who live their life better and who can share something from themselves.
Mm-hmm. And focusing on solidarity in sports and your project Etnoliga, how you strengthen solidarity there? How is it present there?
Well, it's giving possibility to people who are in need of, in this case, who need friends, who need support from Polish people who are somehow, because these people are mostly newcomers to Poland, and they are disconnected because they don't know where to go to find friends, to receive any kind of help about their lives. And organizing this sport platform is the way to connect people from two sides. From the whole, one side is the whole society, and the other side are migrants. And I think people meet there. I'm sure people meet there, and they find through football they find a way to connect, and then they discover common things between them, and they start doing a lot of things beyond football, and they find friends, they find wives and and husbands, they find work, they find new life here. So this is basically what I think is what solidarity means in this project of Etnoliga.
But just in more detail, how is it organized so that it gives such great results?
Yeah, because the idea is very simple. We organize a platform of playing sports, playing football. It's free of charge. So this is one important thing. So anyone can join, whether you are a rich person or you are totally poor. You can come and anytime you want. You can come every weekend, or you can come just once, and you don't need anything. We even support people who don't have sports shoes or basic equipment, and we organize everything as a professional league. So we have referees, paramedics, and all that stuff you need, and then we also push people to be more open, and not to, well, we go beyond this usual situation where people compete, and where there are high stakes. There's a rivalry between teams and between nations, between groups. And we decided to mix up teams. So we have boys and girls, we have men and women in one group, we have people from different nationalities and ethnicities in one team. And this strengthens the it's a kind of even pressure to go beyond your group and to include other people in your group. So all this that we organize has something. There's this general idea that we want people to have so many interactions as possible, and not to stay in their own group, but to have many possibilities to talk with other people, to organize something together with people from other nations, or between boys and girls, but also between people from different neighborhoods, people who didn't know each other. Because we also invite a lot of Polish people who are, let's say, not rich enough to compete in other professional leagues, so they can have fun from playing football, and they can find mates from other Polish people, and who can support them. Mm-hmm. So it's also, and we also go beyond this, because we also invite, which is something quite exceptional, because we have, as I said, mixed groups of women and men, and we think it's also important to show and to make women visible in football, because it was usually thought as a male sport, and I think it's not. It's in many countries, women football is spreading and it's really developing very fast. In Poland, it's maybe slower, but it's also happening.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. It's really interesting, and I was thinking that maybe there is something that you would need to make this from the society, or from people around you, from your neighborhood, that would make this solidarity even more present. Is there anything that you believe in that would help for the new generations, maybe? Or
Well, I think we need to be. What we need is more possibilities to go beyond the groups we work with, because the league is quite big, but it's still, I know, 300, 400, maybe 500 people, and there are a lot of other migrants and other groups that need support and needs our solidarity. Of course, not everyone is interested in football, but we can go beyond football, and we could organize other kind of sports or activities. Basically, I think it's that I dedicated myself to sports because I believe in sport as a platform, as a very universal language. In comparison to other kind of activities where you need to know either the language or know more about your culture or have something in common to work, and you have to break some barriers in order to make contact. Whereas in football or generally in team sports, this is happening beyond you. This is while you are training, while you are active. This is happening, parallel to this activity. You don't need to focus on that. This goes with your enthusiasm, and I know a lot of people like newcomers, refugees who didn't know any language, and didn't know Polish language. They didn't have any friends here, and they just came and they started to play football. And after just 1 hour or 2 hours of playing, they said, "Well, we are finally, at least for one moment, we are happy, and we see so many people here and kindness." And it's also a relief, for a lot of people. Sport is a way to strengthen yourself, to have some relief in hard times.
Mhm. And the last question: what motivates you to do all the things and to bring this solidarity into the groups you work with?
This is a difficult question. Uh, I would say this is this is my work, first of all. Now, after 15 years, I live on organizing sports and working in this foundation. But I think basically this motivation came from my interest in different cultures and traveling, and I always like to get to know other people from different cultures and to learn from that, and experience everything that is different from what I have known for in my life. I like to discover, food, culture, everything that goes with that. And it was my curiosity to go and talk with refugees and to learn about them and to offer them something. I was lucky enough in my life to have free education, to be born in one of the richest countries in the world, and to be happy, basically. And I think it's even it's not obligatory, but it's a kind of obligation. This kind of solidarity, when if you have possibility to share something, to give something from yourself, it's this is the only thing that can save our future, because otherwise, the discrepancies between the richest and the poorest, the people who are lucky and unlucky in their lives, not because they are good or bad, but because they are born in certain place, or they were not lucky enough and they had to leave their country like refugees, or they lost their jobs, and so on and so on. And this is the only way, to diminish these discrepancies and to have some, common future, because otherwise it doesn't go anywhere. We will I don't want to draw some very bad future scenario, but I believe this is the only way, to this solidarity and this sharing idea is the only way that can save our future for our children.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for your perspectives and your sharing your experience. Thank you.